What is up, book nerds? My name is Hillary and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my TBR for Bookoplathon. That is very hard to say, but this is taking place in the month of September from the 1st to the 30th, and it is being put on by Becca from Becca and the Books. I will link her channel down below, and I'm excited for this TBR challenge for the whole month of September because I've watched her videos for a very long time and have really enjoyed her Bookoplathon monthly TBR game, and I'm excited to be a part of that. And also I will be doing my regular TBR game, which will either you've already seen it or it will be my next video after this one. But without further ado, let's get right into the rules of this game and go from there. I have her rules printed out here. So it says, if you are building a TBR at the beginning of the month, the amount of rules you choose is up to you. She uses 5+ rules depending on if she gets doubles or not, and because she thinks 5 books is very manageable. You must start on the go space. Use both 6-sided die to move around the board, so you need 2 6-sided die for this game. If you cannot find a book to fulfill the prompt you have landed on, you may choose to roll again. However, if you choose to do this, then you will have to select 2 books for the next space you land on. If you roll a double, the same number displayed on both die, then you must roll again and add another book to your TBR. So I am going to do 5 rules like she does because I'm also doing my other TBR game, and I have my mom and my sister-in-law's book club that we are doing every month, that book to read, and I don't know what that is yet, but I do not have 2 dice, so I am going to be using my phone, the virtual dice on there, and rolling those. And then I also have my chance cards and the community shelf cards. And these are filled with prompts and also books I want to read and books I don't want to read. So it's a good mixture of things. And I'm excited to get started on this, so let's get right on into playing this game. I am also going to be using this little magnetic bookmark for my counter to go to each space. So let's get started on my first roll. Alright, roll number 1. Nine. Alright, let's move 9 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pattern and text. So pattern and text mean a book with a pattern cover or with text covering the majority of the cover, or a combination of both. So let me go see what I have to choose for this prompt. Alright, so for patterns and text, I chose The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss. It says, Mary Jekyll, alone and penniless, following her parents' death, quickly finds herself drawn into the secrets of her father's mysterious past. A clue leads her to believe that Edward Hyde, her father's former friend, and a murderer may be nearby, and there is still a reward for information resulting in his capture. A reward that would solve all her immediate financial woes. But her hunt brings her not to Edward Hyde, but to Diana, his daughter, a near feral child left to be raised by nuns with the assistance of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Mary continues her search for the elusive Hyde and soon gathers around her more women, of all of whom have been created through terrifying experimentation. Beatrice Rappaccini, Catherine Moreau, and Justine Frankenstein. When their investigations lead them to the discovery of secret society of immoral and power-crazed scientists The horrors of their past soon arrive on their doorstep as well, and now it's up to the 5 women to stop the malicious machinations of the Société des Alchimistes. Quite simply, it is time for the monsters to triumph over the monstrous. I have heard nothing but great things about this trilogy, and I'm excited to start on this book and to see what I think because I have high hopes for it.
All right, rule number 2. 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is summer. Alright, so rule number 2 landed us on summer, and for that prompt it says, read a book that reminds you of summer. Examples based on my interpretation of summer below. Romance, bright colors on the cover, thriller, fast-paced story, easy read. So for this prompt, I chose a reread for me, and that is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. This is about a girl named Belly who goes to her mom's friend's house, and they go there every year, and she's finally at the point where she's out of that stage in your life where you feel ugly, and you have Conrad and Jeremiah who are brothers, and both of them are pursuing Belly through this journey. And I have read this trilogy I think a year and a half ago, and I enjoyed it, and with the show that just came out I wanted to reread it, so I'm excited to read this one. And maybe I'll read all 3 and do a reading vlog on that one because I've been wanting to do that and just to get back into these books.
All right, rule number 3. 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. TBR Game. Alright, so for TBR Game, I'm going with a book that has previously been on my TBR before, and that's basically what it is, unless you want to watch another BookTuber's TBR videos and choose from that. But for mine, I picked The Pact by Jodi Picoult. It says, the Golds and the Harts, neighbors for 18 years, have always been inseparable. So have their children, and it's no surprise that in high school, Chris and Emily's friendship blossoms into something more, and then suddenly unimaginable tragedy strikes, threatening the bonds that had seemed so indestructible. When midnight calls from the hospital come in, no one is ready for the truth. Emily is dead at 17 from a gunshot wound to the head. There's a single unspent bullet in the gun that Chris pilfered from his father's cabinet, a bullet that Chris tells police he intended for himself. But a local detective has doubts about the suicide pact that Chris describes. This sounds really good, and I feel like it's going to be sad. I've never read a Jodi Picoult book before, except I did try once reading My Sister's Keeper, and I ended up not liking it because of all the medical stuff in it. But this one I heard is really good from my sister-in-law, and so I'm going to give it a try and see what I think about it.
All right, rule number 4. 7 again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's this one say? Features a mystery. Rule number 4 landed me on Features a Mystery, which means a book that I think features a mystery from the synopsis of the book, and one that I know kind of does is We Were Liars by e.Lockhart. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this book. You either like it or you don't, and I'm excited to see what my point of view on it is. But it says, if anyone asks you how it ends, just lie. We are Sinclairs. We live at least in the summertime on a private island off the coast of Massachusetts. Perhaps that is all you need to know, except that some of us are liars. That sounds really good. It sounds like there's a mystery aspect to it, and it's pretty short, and it's a YA, so I think I can make it through this one pretty darn quick.
All right, and then last but not least, as long as I don't get doubles, is rule number 5. 7 again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that says multi-perspective. Alright, so for multi-perspectives, this is anywhere from 2 or more perspectives in a book, and I chose the book Wicked Beauty by Katie Robert. I figured it'd be a nice break between some of the mystery or thrillers and stuff I have this month and get more of a spicy read. But this is part of the Dark Olympus series. It is her newest book, but on the back it says, in Olympus, you either have the power to rule or you are ruled. Achilles, callous, may have been born with nothing, but as a child he vowed he would claw his way into the poisonous city's inner circle. Now that a coveted role has opened to anyone with the strength to claim it, he and his partner, Patroclus Photos, plan to compete and double their odds of winning. Neither expect infamous beauty Helen Cassius to be part of the prize or the complicated fire that burns the moment she looks their way. Zeus may have decided Helen is his to give away, but she has her own plans. She enters the competition as a middle finger to the meddling 13 rulers, effectively vying for her own hand in marriage. Unfortunately, there are those who would rather see her dead than leading the city. The only people she can trust are the ones she can't keep her hands off of. Achilles and Patroclus, but can she really believe they have her best interests at heart when every stolen kiss is a battlefield? This sounds really good. I enjoy the Dark Olympus series, and I'm excited because Katie Roberts writes male-male, female romances really, really well. I just recently read her The Beast by her, which is part of the Wicked Villain series, and that one was really good, so I'm excited to read this one. And I love Helen in the other Dark Olympus books, especially when you get to know her. And I can't wait to see what this book has in store. But that is it for my Bookoplathon TBR. These are the 5 books that I have on my TBR for this month for this part. And then I will do my TBR game and see what books go on with that. And see if I can get any of these on with that game. And go from there. But if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you want to know when I am posting, hit that subscribe and that notification bell, and you will be the first to know. And as always, keep on reading, people. Bye!